Alright, so I left off on the walk cycle here, so I'll just show you where we're at. Switch my viewport. And there's my Yoda walking. So, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the arms going. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to utilize primarily, again, just the side and perspective viewport. And then I'll get into twisting and turning the hips and the chest. And I'll use, excuse me, I'll get into using my top viewport and front viewport then. Sorry, excuse me. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get going here. So the first thing I want to do is when the character is walking, the foot leading, it's going to be the opposite arm leading forward. Something like that. And I'll go ahead and bring that in just a little bit more. I can even adjust the clavicle if I'd like. And I'm getting a little bleed through on the neck there. So that could be a paint weight issue, or like I said in part one of this, this is my battle test to see how my character is going, and it's because I'm getting pull, if you see right here in the clav region. So that I can fix right away, and it's going to be left clavicle. I believe. Left clav, here we are. And I'm going to bring my strength all the way up here. And it might not be the clav, it looks like it's the shoulder. So that was an easy fix. So I was just getting a little pull. I probably just couldn't see it when I had this collar covering the neck region. I'm sure it's probably the same on the right, so let's go ahead and check. Right shoulder. Yep, I got a little pull in there. And I'm just holding control to delete any skin weights I had on there. Alright, so give him a little bit more arm bend. Now with my character I actually did, you can set it, I did make sure that I can't turn, oop, that's the wrist, set it so I can't bend the elbow any other direction other than on the, in this case, the Y direction. So just to get a little bit of elbow bend in there. Might even be a bit much, just a little bit. And again, you want to make sure that, and I might even bring this back a little bit. And this is actually probably not your stereotypical Yoda walk because he is like an old man. However, when I was modeling this and creating it, I wanted to go for a younger version of Yoda because I thought it might be more fun to animate if you know, he was a little bit more agile or quick. But none of us really know him. Maybe from like the Clone Wars or something. But anyway, something like that for that arm, and then my other arm. let's see what happens. I do have some pull in the face still, so I'm just going to go ahead and adjust that right away. This will be the right. I'm going to just increase my brush size. Yep, there it is. And that should be good now. Okay. And I'm just trying to get a better, cleaner deformation in the arm by adjusting the clav. I don't have any roll arm joints, as you can see. Typically that's a joint in between like the shoulder and the elbow. There'd be a joint right here that you could twist or turn. I don't ever really use that, but I know some people do. And I find it easier just to do like IK handles. And I'll just give a little bit bend on the wrist. I'll give a little bit bend on this wrist also. And let's bring it in a little bit. Okay. So I want to go ahead and see. Let's bring this back a little bit more just to actually see what it looks like. Okay. So set a frame. I'm just double checking my keyframes before I scrub through my timeline. And I will eventually get to the fingers, and I'll do that later. Now, I'm going to continue pushing forward here, and I'll go to frame 4. And here is going to be the most extreme sort of pose. Where the arms are going to be at its peak, I guess you could say. Let's just see what that looks like from a side view. Okay, my next key pose is the passing position. And my passing position will be subtle on the arms, but and even here, if I wanted to get really cartoony with it, I could, have some elbow bending in here. And wrist, some breaking, quote-unquote breaking of the joints. I'm not really doing, more of like a secondary action, I guess you'd say. Here. And here I'll bring it just up a little bit. So the arms are animating pretty well so far. See what it looks like in real time. Well, as real time as I can get. Okay, my next key pose is at 10. And here on the passing position, going to give it this one should be pretty much straight down. Okay, we'll go to frame 13. And here we'll do up, down, passing position, contact. Okay. I'm going to do the contact position, and here we have the arms starting to shift back. Here we have the arms starting to shift forward to counterweight the upper body, or the lower body, excuse me. Let's turn that in just a little bit. Okay, and then we'll go to our down pose, where our arms are the most extreme. Alright, and I'm just, as you notice, doing the primarily the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. And this one needs to come forward. Let's give that a twist. Bring it in a little bit. Okay. "19" is my next pose, and I'm going to need to bring this to 25. Alright, so my next pose is going to be the passing position. Okay, and now we'll take this one. This one should be more or less about even here, maybe a little bit. Oh. Give or take. Alright. And now 22. My arm pose in the up position should be this arm coming forward. Sometimes I get confused myself. I hate when I do it backwards and I have to go back and repose. Oh. Oh, looks like I never set a keyframe here. Okay, now we'll go to frame 22. Up position. A little bit of the elbow. It looks like I already did. And this arm is going to start to go back. And go about there. Here. And something like that. And I actually want to bring it back a little bit more so I can see it from my side view. And now I'm going to middle mouse button drag those keyframes from the frame 1 over. X-ray joints. And I'm going to hit play and see how we're doing here. Now it looks a little choppy. I think this might have been what I was seeing. Let's see if I delete it. Okay. All right. So what I did was I just deleted the keyframes on the passing position, and I'm going to take a look from this side and see if I see some. Yeah, I do. Okay, so here I'm going to see which ones did I delete on this side. Frame 10? Frame 10. I'm just going to see what happens here. Sometimes this is a really typical process for me sometimes when I think I just add too many frames in cases. I mean, it is great, but with the in-between with Maya, it really does do a really good job. That's the up position. And I got a feeling that if I delete these also on this passing position, I'll have a much smoother animation. And let's just see what that looks like. And I'm getting something here. So I'm going to delete this one too and see if that helps. Oop. And I think it will. So it was getting a little too jerky. Okay. 19. Okay. Let's check it out now. I see a little something here to here. And it's better if I see this in real time, but okay. Now let's check it out. Oh, and I'm getting, maybe what I was seeing was this actually. I had frame 25 and 1 playing back to back. Let's check a play blast. Okay, 1 second. I don't know where it's saved to, so let me run in one more. It's saved. Ah, that's why. Um, okay. Exit out of that. That's playing so quick. And I like to open everything with QuickTime when I'm checking play blasts and stuff. Just give it a second for QuickTime to open. Alright, let's run a loop on that and check the arms. The thing I like about it is that I can scrub through QuickTime frame by frame. So I'm just using the arrow keys, contact, down, and I saw a little jump in here somewhere. Maybe not a jump, just not a lot of motion. And I believe I'm going to delete these. And this might give me a much cleaner. Let's just see. I do like that better. Alright, let's try it one more time. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I'm going to run a play blast one last time. Oh. And That's much better. So stay tuned for the next part. We're going to get into animating the body, the waist, the spine, the head, um, and yeah, we'll continue from there. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. And that's animating the arms, part 2 of Walk Cycle. Thanks for watching.